Hey, my friends, what's going on? This is a video that I'm creating from a question that my friend and business partner here, Patricia, asked, and I think it's a very valid question. It's a great question, and I feel like a lot more people, as we continue to build a solid business here, will continue to have such question. All right, so our question is this. Hi, Ola. Let me see if I can get it somewhere where you can see clearly. Let's see, let's open it in Google Docs and make it a little bigger. All right. I really think it's a valid question, and it's a question that comes from someone that's truthfully thinking long term and looking at this as a real business as it is. The truth is that this industry attracts a lot of wishy washers and people that have no business trying to build a business. So every time I get this kind of question, I'm glad I'm proud. I'm glad to have some real business people that want to know the real future of what we're doing here, right? So she said, "Hi Ola, I've been thinking about this question for a while and wanted to know more about it. My question is, what happens to my business and to all the partners if you can't do the business anymore?" That's me. Uh, e.g., you leave, God forbid, right? Or injured, God forbid, or something else. But again, as a business owner, these are very valid questions, all right? Right? So, boom. But God forbid, right? Looking to build a contingency plan here for my business. From where I'm from, we don't assume bad things happen. So God forbid, for God forbid, nothing like this will ever happen to me. But still, as an entrepreneur, I have to answer these questions because I asked this question, and it's reality of life for a lot of human beings out there. You know, things happen. Just God forbid again, things will not happen to me. Okay, and I have to stress that over and over. Okay, because again, where I'm from, that's a little funny to be answering that question or be thinking that. All right, we are very optimistic and we stay optimistic. All right, now, now let me show you the reality of your contingency plan here when it comes to this business and when it comes to building something on the rock solid foundation. Okay, one of the many reasons why I decided to partner with Michael Force is not just if bad things happen to people, is sometimes when people move on. So it could just be somebody just moving on. It could be literally somebody moving on to bigger and better things. So let's think of it that way. Let's say Ola decides that there's a bigger business for him and he's moving on to something bigger. You want to build your business around multiple different entities, okay? And that means you want to build an empire. You want to build an empire that actually survives beyond you. Okay. There's a video that I watched yesterday. As a matter of fact, maybe I can even make an example of it really quickly. It's a guy. This guy is a billionaire. Is one of the few billionaires in Nigeria. All right. All right. So if you're wondering, there are billionaires in Nigeria. When I say billionaire, his name is Femi Otedola, and he did a video yesterday with CNBC Africa. All right. So always get to support this point that I'm making with you. All right. So the billionaire bounced back. So this is a guy that lost 1.2 billion dollars back in he lost $1.2 billion back in 2008 during the market crash.
This Amazon Prime Day,
So
the deals can be found
I'm
high
literally going
and
to
low.
play a little bit of this video. I'm going to move it forward to the place. When you get a chance, go Google him and watch him. It's very inspiring. Actually, this is not the video I'm looking for. This is a 15 seconds version of it. Let me see if I can find the real one. Let's see. I'm gonna find the real one in a second. Just wait for me. All right. So this video, pretty much, he says something to the effect of He wants to build an empire that outlives him. Okay, so it's not even about just Ola. Okay, it's about even you yourself. So when I'm building an empire personally, I want to build an empire that outlives myself. Okay, and that's why partnership is a big part of what you do. Okay, partnership is a big part of what you do. Let me see here. Okay, this 26 minutes video right here. This is the one you're looking for. All right. Let's see. Okay. All right. So this is the video right here. So I'm gonna try to see if I can trace where they asked that question. And I'm taking this long because I think it's a really, really great question, and I want to make sure I answer with everything of the same year. All right, so this is the guy. He's a oil magnate. Okay, that's an oil mogul in Nigeria. So he lost 1.2 billion dollars. He was the uh, second biggest investor in major
So when I got
banks
up
in Nigeria. This guy right here.
2 days after,
Okay.
I was descending the stairs and I saw this truck from the glass.
All right.
It
So
felt like
find
drums.
time to go watch this video, but I'm looking for a place. If I can find it
Different
in
was
about the
this.
next.
Do you have one particular one that stands out the most?
Yeah, of course.
Approximately $1.2 billion. What was going through your mind
All
when
right.
you realized?
So find this video, okay? You just want to search that name, and I'll try to tag it under this video as well too. Yeah, I will try to tag it under this video. But essentially, what he said is he wants to build an empire that outlives him. So if he lost 1.2 billion, which he lost, is now worth a lot more than that. Let's see what it's worth now. According to, let's see right now, I think it's probably worth. Let's see. Let's see what his estimate is right now. Yeah, it's worth about 1.2 right now. I think estimated worth about 1.2, but he lost 1.2 billion dollars back in 2008, and clearly he built that back. Okay, Forbes right here is saying it's worth 1.8. Okay, so again, it's a 53-year-old guy. The point that I'm trying to make is this. Okay, we're partner. You're not just partnering with me. Okay, you're partner with Michael Force. Okay, so let's say something happens to my Empire Pro, the elite partnership, and traffic. You know how to drive traffic. Trust me, you know a lot more than you probably can imagine right now. It's just that you still have me to leverage. Why not leverage me, right? And you're gonna have me to leverage for a long time, even beyond driving traffic. We're gonna be business partners for a long time, right? For other things, obviously, we're working on real estate partnership right now, right? But you also have partners with people like Michael Force, okay? And that, it's very like it's chances are something's gonna happen to us at the same time is slim to almost none. Michael Force has other partners in his business, right? Not only that, the major contingency plan here that you have, the major contingency plan that you have is yourself. Okay, it's yourself and learning how to build a business regardless of what happens to anyone around you. Okay, here's another story. Okay, I just put in a resignation letter to my church, the church that I attend. I've attended it for the past 5 years. I play the keyboard over there. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can show you there. It's called Star House International, and I love these people. I love these people um, when it comes to like loving like as people. Okay, but this is a church that has some issues when it comes to administrative and things like that. All right. Let me see if I can find one of my pictures. There you go. That's me over there on my keyboard. Okay. So as you can see, um, I just tendered a resignation letter, and it's a sad situation, but something that I have to do, right? Because I have to move on. Okay, I have to set up weekends, weekend business and travels and things like that. So because of that and some other issues, to be frank with you, I just decided to bail out because I also feel like they were. That's my beautiful wife right there, if you're wondering, and I decided to just stop because they were getting a bit too dependent on one, two, or three people. Okay, and this is what I told the bishop, which is this guy right here. I told him like, listen, you have to build a church that actually doesn't depend on you yourself. Okay, you have to build something that has a solid foundation that can sustain itself, even if you have to go on a 2 week vacation, a 3 week vacation. All right. If you're wondering how I set up my business, even my business right now is set up in a way that depends. As you notice, I you have contact to Alex. You're also in partnership with Alex. Okay, you're also learning along the way. I'm putting videos like this up. That's why I decided to shoot this kind of videos so you can always right see people like us. We don't die. Nothing happens to us because these videos will live on for the rest of the history of mankind. Does that make sense? So the first step to answering that question is first of all, you need to be a little bit more optimistic. All right. The question should have been, what if you move on to bigger things, Ola, and we're now left out in the cold, right? The answer here is that you're not just partner with me. You're partner with Michael. You're partner with Alex. You're partner with everyone else. You're partner with all the, and you just said the other partners, right? To all the other partners, nothing can possibly happen to the rest of the all the other partners unless something happens to the planet, unless something happens to the whole planet as a whole. The chances that something is going to happen to all of us at the same time is slim to almost none. So the best contingency plan, with all that being said, is in you, is in the knowledge, is in continuing to build yourself. And obviously, you're putting out content right now. Build yourself beyond yourself. Build your empire beyond just you physically. That's why content creation, if you are a content creator, you can never die. It's impossible, literally. Okay? And I'm not talking about death of just physical body, I'm talking about your soul can't die. The empire you're building right now can never die. That's why we call it the empire. Okay? That's why we build partnership. See, what I used to do when I started the real estate business back in 2005, as a matter of fact, I was just talking to a gentleman that's trying to come to the meetup that I'm starting this month in a few weeks on the 19th in 10 days, right? Um, as I was talking to him, he wanted to come and he was like, I was like, hey, this is what I've done for the past 10 years. And he was like, oh, he was kind of surprised. I was like, yeah, but now I'm letting everybody know and educating people because in order to build something that transcends beyond me, in order to build an empire that outlives me, I don't care if I was 100 years old, that outlives me, okay? That in order to build something like that, I have to now build partnership. I have to build a true empire. I have to build client base that becomes partners. Okay, I have to build client base. Like I was talking to one of my potential clients the other day. I dropped her off at the Penn station. She came to look at a property, and I told her like my clients are not exactly clients; they are business partners. I have to make sure that they are protected. I have to make sure they don't get into a situation that will hurt them because they become partners, not necessarily because I pay them commissions, because they refer me to other people. They refer our organization, not me personally, but our organization to other people. Okay? And you have to realize that I'm in business with my father here too. It's just way too many factors that needs to turn you to being optimistic as opposed to the other side. Okay? So first answer, be optimistic. Second answer, the question should have been, what if I go do better, bigger and better things? The answer to that would be you're learning, and you know more than you can possibly, or than you probably think right now. You know more. It's just that sometimes you have to be pushed to the wall to execute, and you don't have to be pushed to the wall right now because you have these business partners, myself, Bill, Ramona, the Barinas, Ahmad, everybody, Pastor Eddie. You have all these people. Pastor Eddie's in the UK to leverage. You can ask questions from each other. You can build together just like we are already. And you never have to worry about somebody getting injured or anything like that. You should never have to worry about that. Now, things do happen in real life that can cause a shift. But when the shift happens, it's always for the better. And the example I was giving you earlier about this guy, right? This guy, Femi Otedola, right? This guy, what happened is that oil went from $135 per barrel to like $34 per barrel. Okay, and on top of that, it was overly exposed to the dollar currency. Okay, and that's how it lost $1.2 billion overnight in one night, and that's the worst thing that's ever happened to him. And he said he had two choices: he could either commit suicide, or the word he used was weather the storm, and he weathered the storm, and is now on the billionaire list all over again. Why? Because it's not really about these physical things. It's about what God has made you to be. Honestly, it's about that. It's about what God has said you're going to be. That's what you're going to be. And the brain you're building, no one can ever take that away from you. The content you're creating can never be erased from this earth ever again. I don't care if the internet altogether crashed together. Okay? So there are just the real answer is there are multiple different reasons to never have to worry about that, and to also understand that the number one key contingency plan is always building yourself. And hopefully, Patricia, I answered your question. Hopefully, if you just watched this video, you got some serious value from it. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.